Hello everybody, I am your study buddy Pandasium. Welcome to my
Hello, everyone. It's your boy Christopher.
new video, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Today's video has a different concept. I was planning to record myself while talking, but because of some reason like I burnt my face and arm with hot oil, I don't want to show my face currently. But don't worry, everything is okay. Let's go with today's video. Today, we will talk about not being able to speak English or another language while learning that language. I think there are a few facts, and it's not a big deal. But if my past self would see this question, she could think differently because she was afraid of making mistakes. She thought she had to be perfect in whatever she does. If she is not perfect, she doesn't have any rights to do things she likes. Firstly, she has to become perfect. I remember that I had cried because I didn't get the perfect score when I was in middle school, even though it was a really good point. And I think it's because of the way we were raised. The reason I say we is I can see now, thanks to social media, I am not alone. Many people were raised the same way. Of course, this is not the only reason we can't talk. Secondly, I think other people make us scared. I don't know if it's the same in other countries, but in Turkey, people make fun of others. Even if you are perfect grammatically and pronounced correctly, they can still make fun of your accent. Because of this reason, sometimes I can speak with my foreign friends but Turkish friends. Because I am so nervous about what if I make mistake? What if they make fun of me? I am so ashamed I should not talk about anything. And they go like that. I mean, I know I have anxiety and social anxiety, but that's not totally about it. I see other people without having anxiety normally, but feel the same way with me about this issue. Thirdly, I think our education system is not enough for learning a new language. It focuses on grammar, but the funny thing is, many people don't even know how to make a simple sentence. There aren't enough listening practice, and many students don't listen enough to learn how to pronounce. My English education started when I was a fourth grade student, but when I was a middle school student, I was at the same level as before. I wasn't able to make simple sentences. I wasn't even aware of simple present tenses and simple present continuous tenses. But most likely, we were studying the same thing at the high school as well. But unfortunately, if you are not in the language department, there won't be any serious language lessons, even though they add a second foreign language at the high school. Everything will be the same. Fourthly, we don't make enough effort in learning a new language. For example, I see people around me say they want to learn English, but they don't make any effort for it. They are like, I will go to an English course on, or I am going to an English course, or even worse, I went for an English course, but it was useless. They didn't teach me anything except MSR. But what did you do while going on a course? Did you study with your all efforts? While learning English, you have to keep going. If you start to skip studying, you will start to forget everything. So the time you spend learning will become a waste of time. I also asked you guys on my Instagram account. If you don't follow me, I will add my account for you. Don't forget to follow and subscribe my subscribe to my YouTube channel. The first question was, what do you think about not being able to talk language? Why do you think so? Choerzies said, I think it all comes down to laziness. And I agree with her too. That's about my close far. Enes Özel 17 said, in general, the problem in Turkey is being afraid of making mistakes and disgracing people. Exactly. But to be honest, I am curious about the situation of other countries which do not speak English as an official language. Agacan Okoye Psase said, instead of someone who knows English, my mistakes telling me, I just realize it myself. Also said, the fact the fact is that I don't have people around me to speak that language all the time. In other words, I don't use that language in daily life. Both answers have the same origin. For this, we need to think then what can I do? How can I make practice for my improvements? We can talk about this matter so much that I think I should make another video for that. Dr. Yebuse said, or Draibuse, I don't know, not knowing enough words and not knowing how to use them in a sentence. I think for this we need to study more. But that's a fact as well. Banye Jele said, my memory is bad. Same girl, same. I can't even remember what I am saying while talking sometimes. I am really curious how I am still alive from my bad memory. If anyone has any recommendations, please write them in the comments. Study with Zaza said, being afraid of mispronouncing? Not sure. That's exactly my problem. I was so afraid of mispronouncing, so when someone can't understand me, I was feeling ashamed and didn't repeat what I was trying to say. Not even if I can't remember the words. Now, even if I can't remember the words, I will try to describe what I am trying to say. The most important thing is, while talking, having correct communication. We are talking because we are trying to understand each other. So if other person understands us, even if we can't pronounce it well, it's okay. But yeah, I feel still my anxiety is here while saying those things. But I will beat it. Mia Moriarty says, not being able to find someone to talk and the talk that I need to know well to talk may be the root of the problem. Exactly. Last week we were talking with my father. By the way, he's studying English with Duolingo and he has a 228 days streak. But unfortunately, he said, I won't learn English for real, probably because I can't practice. I feel so motivated because I don't want my father's effort to go to waste. So I recommended a few apps for him, which I already tried before. Also, if you guys need a video about this, let me know. I almost had tried every app for this. I even tried dating apps for practice. So I know which apps you need to stay away from and which apps you need to give a chance. But this time my father said he's not good enough for talking with people. So this time I said, you don't need to know that so well. You can even use translation, it's okay. For example, sometimes I still use my keyboard's translation of words that I didn't know. Or sometimes I feel lazy and check my sentences with that feature. Since I don't change the app, it doesn't take time as well. So I thought this. But since he uses his computer more than his phone, I also recommended two applications. One of them is correcting his sentences, and one of them is for immediate translation dictionary without opening a new tab. You guys can try those things as well. There are many opportunities if you want to learn. My second question was, how can we solve this problem? Enes Özel 17 said, the easiest way is to be exposed to that language and forced to speak it. Yeah, I agree with it. But if we say it this way, it would sound like we need to go abroad. Of course, it's the best way, but not the only way. Agarcan oku epsa sesi. Dil dile değmeden öğrenilmez. Okay, I won't translate these sentences. She also said, when you said that I learned my target language now, it is necessary to continue studying. Language is ungrateful. It is impossible to disagree with it. Language and math are the same annoying things. If you stop giving attention to them, they will go away. They are literally like toxic partners who always want attention and do not look for another way from them. Language learning is my second red flag. I will accept it gladly. The first one is my precious son Lucky. He is so cute. Dr. Yebuse said, a lot of reading is required and it is necessary to learn the meaning of the words and how they are used in sentences. That's it. This is the way of learning a language. For example, when I was A1 level, I started to read webtoons. Since they have many chapters with the same theme, the words used in the theme were almost the same. Also, since there were pictures, even though I didn't understand completely, I was guessing the meanings. I didn't look up the meanings immediately. I tried to figure it out while reading. I saw how they used it in sentences. Now, sometimes I can't directly say the meaning in Turkish, but I can understand it easily. So, I always recommend reading webtoons but with official translations because unfortunately illegal states translators are volunteers and generally English isn't their first language. So there may be many mistakes. Don't learn wrong information, look for the correct knowledge. Study with ideas 8. First, by talking to yourself, reading some articles aloud, and talking to strangers without being embarrassed. Also adds, I destroyed the vowels because the ending didn't fit. She is such a cutie. These tips are really good and I also recommend them. Sometimes I talk and argue with myself in the bathroom. Also, I want to thank Oidi for her Discord server. I love it there. And if you are interested in learning Korean or coding, check out her YouTube and Instagram accounts. I will add them as well. Since she is a really lovely person, I wanted to talk about her channel and account. If you like studying with me videos, check out her channel. Ayben Yeceli said reading more books. And now I am currently reading a lot of books to straighten my memorization. As many people said, reading is magical K. Also, I am so proud of you, Ayben. She is really like a cute little sister while asking questions. I hope she does whatever her goals are. Study with Zaza said, trying to imitate native English speakers. You can listen to your pronunciation with an audio recording, as expected from my reading buddy. The first one is the shadowing technique. You can check it on YouTube or something else. And for the second one, I also recommend trying audio diaries. Instead of just writing for your pronunciation, you can make audio diaries. It may become funny. Mia Moriarty said, by speaking without shame, learning vocabulary, and watching people who speak that language in daily life. For this, I recommend watching vlogs or something like that, since people talk about their daily life and sometimes at their conversations with people around them, it may be useful. Also, watching videos which are interesting for you is the most important thing. Don't watch just for English. It should be interesting for you so learning might become easier. Last question. What are your views on the perfectionist attitude in language? User Elif 8 said. Speaking local English out of spite. Yep, that's me. Enes Özel 17 said, I think the biggest mistake people who learn a language make later, people can make mistakes even in their native language. My precious one is right. I mean, I sometimes forget the words in my native language, which is Turkish, or sometimes I ask for some words which I don't know. Sometimes I use a dictionary. Even though I am a Turkish person who speaks Turkish as my native language, I am still learning Turkish because I believe no one can learn a language completely. Dr. Ye Buse said, unfortunately, we have a perception that people will tease us. We have to overcome it. Yes. Also, people need to learn when English isn't their native language. We can't have a correct British accent or an American accent. I mean, if we could, I would go to Australia. Thanks to
소개해줄래?
G'day, fellas. My name's Bangshan, and I'm Felix, and we're from Australia.
Thanks to Felix and Bangchan, I became obsessed with it. Study with Oidia said, my general motto is, our mother language is not perfect. How can we be perfect in another language? She is right. I mean, in general, we don't make our sentences correct grammatically. Sometimes we use words wrongly as well, and we don't even notice those things or care. Sometimes we can't remember words or don't even know. So why are we trying this hard for being perfect in another language? Mia Moriarty said, it may benefit some people, but if it's holding us back, we shouldn't be a perfectionist. So, I am not sure if it can be a benefit in any way, but if it's really like that, it's okay, I guess. Not sure, to be honest. So, we talked about this matter today. I want to hear you guys' thoughts as well. Also, if you want me to make a video about a special topic, let me know. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day and enjoy your time. Don't forget to drink water. See you in the next video.